Hi, welcome to this video, and in this video I'm actually going to measure the hotness of this. Well, it's labelled up BKRS, but it's made up of I think 3 or 4 chilies. I think it's Dragon's Breath, I think it's chocolate, Bhutlah, I want to say, Carolina Reaper, and something maybe called a Moruga. Now, I know these all have super high reputations in terms of their Scoville heat unit. When people are quoting the Scoville heat units, and they may say like Dragon's Breath is 2,480,000 sorry, 2,480,000 Scoville heat units. That's the dry weight. When it's a wet weight, you can at least divide that by 10. Now, the thing about the FoodSense Generation 4 is very transparent in terms of when we make a measurement, we can actually see the science behind it as well. So that said, let me go forward and just kind of tell you what I've done. So I've taken this. I'm maybe a little bit cautious because I don't want to really get it on my fingers because I know I should really be wearing gloves. But this is what it looks like. It's as I say, it's kind of got these initials BKRS. It's got about 3 or 4, I want to say notorious, infamous chilies in there. What I did is I weighed out 0.1 grams of the chili and diluted it in 0.9 mils of the buffer. So that's effectively what's called a 1 in 10 dilution. And I have that here. Here is that sample. You can sort of see the suspension of it here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to vortex it for a second. So I've got a little vortexer next to me. Right, so this is a 1 in 10 dilution. Now I know what this will do. This will throw me essentially an error. I'm just going to pull that sensor out, and I realise that I've got my other sensors possibly up here. So I will pull out a sensor quickly and run a test. In fact, I've got some sensors here. And I'll run a test pretty quickly. Right, so I'll put a fresh sensor in here. And I will put a sample on. So let me just grab a clean pipette tip. So I'm going to put on 50 microliters of this. Now this is the 1 in 10 dilution. The reason I make it like that is I know that this will throw not so much an error, but you'll see what it says in a minute. So let me just put this on. Don't forget I vortexed it to 1 in 10 dilution. Whenever you get these kind of artisan chilies, especially when people are kind of going for that kind of hotness, 1 in 10 is never enough dilution. But let me show you what it does. So I've given it a name so I can find it later on. Good. And I'll go continue. 1 in 10 dilution. So, and off it goes. So it's now running the assay. Immediately, see the way it's flatlined there? So that immediately tells me that this is not so much too hot, but it'll need further dilution. So it's come back with this kind of message that says, and I'll just upload complete, too high, dilute more, which is fine. I knew it was going to do that because if people are making chili sauces, you know, and I mean this in a positive way, deliberately hot, there's no way that you're going to do a 1 in 10 dilution and the machine essentially not flatline because, you know, they're going for that capsaicin. So I just want to show you what that actual data looks like. So let me just share this screen for a second. I can go over here. I can find the data, and you can see that flat line there. So that already tells me that, you know, there's a lot of capsaicin in this. Now, oh, look, it's even flatlined there as well. Now, what this is see, what I'm looking at here then is the peak 1, the peak 2, and the peak 3 of the capsaicin. So capsaicin has a very distinct fingerprint. This is the nice thing about the ZP system. But at the moment, it does give me this, I won't call it an error, it's guidance on the app, and the guidance on the app is upload complete, too high, dilute more. So what I then did then is I took 100 microliters of the that was the 1 in 10 dilution. And I did another, I diluted that with 900 microliters of the buffer. So I took the 1 in 10 and I did a further 1 in 10, let's say, dilution of that. So that basically leaves me with a 1 in 100 dilution. I'll give that a quick vortex, which I'll do now. I can smell it from here. I'm sort of being reluctant to put my hands too close to that, especially without gloves, before you know it, you've kind of got an evening of pain. I don't really need that. So what I want to do now is take that sensor off, put a fresh sensor on, clip that shut, which I've just done. I'm just going to go done on this. I'm just going to give this a name that means I can then find it. So let me just give this a name. I want to put it I want to call it sort of 100, so then I can find it again later on, which is good. So I'll go back now. So that's named. That's almost ready to go. The sensor's on there. I'm just going to grab a clean pipette. I'll just put 50 microliters onto that. Grab the 1 in 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Just vortexing, make sure that it's homogeneous. Put the sample onto that. Right. Sample is on there. Hit continue. Make sure that I choose the 1 in 100 dilution, because now it's not 1 in 10, it's 1 in 100. I'll start the measurement. And off it goes. So you still actually quite a lot in there now. So the nice thing about this system is it's quick to do. So it's come back and it's given me a score of 26,100 Scoville heat units. So let me just hold that up. 26,000, yeah, 26,000 Scoville heat units. So let me just show you what that looks like, if I can call it that. So let's just go back to screen 2. So this is when I did the 1 in 10 dilution. The nice thing about the ZP system is it does give you the science of this. So peak 1, peak 2, and peak 3 of capsaicin. You can see these flat tops. These flat tops is basically it's gone outside the range of the machine. But then I took the 1 in 10 dilution, made it a 1 in 100 dilution. And then I'll just refresh here. And I can see it. There it is there. And I will jump in on this. So you can see a nice big peak there. And there's that peak 1, peak 2, and peak 3. And then this is the result here, which is, it's rounded up on the app, but that's basically 26,000 Scoville heat units. So the answer to, so this has been, let's say, made, and I know it's got some hot chilies in it, but the FoodSense Generation 4 is the most transparent system on the market. And by doing a 1 in 100 dilution, we can then give you a result of 26,000 Scoville heat units. Let me just do that. Now, if you've got any questions regarding the FoodSense Generation 4, don't hesitate to contact us. I will put a contact us at the underneath this video. Okay, thanks very much.